Hey, greetings everyone. Glenn Kellaway from the basement. It is Thursday. I'm getting all pumped for my trip to Michigan tomorrow to see Billy Strings. But in the meantime, we got other business to take care of. Let's first give a little bit of a commercial here for the album exchange with my good friend Larry Graves. We are in the midst of another one. It is up and available for your viewing pleasure on Larry's channel, one of Larry's many channels. These are the 5 albums that Larry gave me to review. John Anderson in the Band of Geeks, live, Perpetual Change, the deluxe 2 CD edition with a Blu-ray, but I'm just doing the CDs. Trevor Raven, very excited to hear this album. I haven't listened to it yet. When this first came out, it's called Rio. It came out last year, I believe, and I remember seeing reviews on it saying it's really good. And I recall going to Spotify and just kind of doing a little, like, 10-second preview of each song and thinking, man, I gotta check this album out, and I never went back to it, so I'm really, really excited to hear this one. Joe's Garage just did a Zappa ranking of our favorite 10 albums with our great friend Pat on the Close to the Edge channel with myself and Larry and Alex from Beer and Vinyl. Check that out on Close to the Edge. One of us picked this album as the best Zappa album. I pay little attention to this album, so Larry gave it to me to kind of just see what I think. And because that's like 3 parts and it's like 464 hours long, he felt sorry for me and gave me an EP of David Bowie stuff. Now, it's got Lazarus on it, which is a great track from Bowie's last album before he passed, and then 3 other unreleased tracks. So I'm going to give that a bit of a review. And I love Elvis Costello, and I really am not that familiar with Blood and Chocolate, believe it or not. So I'm going to review that too. So, yeah. So you'll have to go to Larry's channel and see what I gave him, because I'm old and I can't remember. Today, I want to talk about an artist that I think was the most prolific artist over a 10-year period from 1968 to 1978. Just put out 9 excellent albums in a row. 9. Now, you could argue and say 1 or 2 of them's weaker compared to the others, but none of them are bad, which is amazing. And I am talking about Van Morrison. Have you looked at his discography from November 1968 to September 1978? It's unbelievable. And I'm going to show you right now. Let's start with Astral Weeks, arguably one of the greatest albums of all time. It was always in my top 10. It's kind of slipped down over the years, but it's still top 20 for sure. Fantastic album. I was fortunate enough to see this tour. That's the only time I saw Van live. Was Massey Hall. I believe it would have been 1969, because this album came out in November 68. So it was probably sometime in 69. I was 16 years old. What I remember about the concert was that Van was not very friendly. Not like he was mean or rude or anything, but he just kind of never said anything. Played the songs. The music sounded great. Just kind of kept to himself and didn't really acknowledge the audience. It was weird that way, but still the music was great, the band was great, and I'm glad I got to see that. But that's the first album. Next, Moondance, an incredible record. You know, this is an album that I play when I have guests over and I don't want to play stuff. I was going to say shit. I don't want to play crap or shit that other people don't like. Like if I'm by myself, I'll still play Van Morrison, but I always have a bunch of albums that I always feel everybody likes, and Moondance is one of them. There's not a bad track on this album. It's fantastic. So Moondance, that came out in January 1970. Then in November 1970, just 10, 11 months later, we get Van Morrison, his band, and the Street Choir. Another really strong album, man. This one had, oh, this is a reissue on colored vinyl. This one has, I'm trying to think, there was a hit off of this. What was it? Domino. Domino was a hit record for Van. Crazy Face is on here. I've Been Working's great. Call Me Up in Dreamland. I'll Be Your Lover Too. Blue Money. Love that song. Vertigo Clowns is great. Gypsy Queen. If I Ever Needed Someone in the Street Choir is a beautiful song too. Another really strong album. That came out in November 1970. October 71, an amazing album. Tupelo Honey. Title track, one of my favorite Van Morrison songs. Absolutely great record. Kind of Wild Nights on here, which was another hit for Van. Don't forget Moondance was a big hit for Van. Wild Night was also done by John Cougar Mellencamp, wasn't he? Or John Mellencamp did a version of that. Like a Cannonball, Old Woodstock, You're My Woman, Starting a New Life, Moonshine Whiskey is fantastic. That's the closer. No, that's just a great album. Tupelo Honey is just a beautiful, beautiful song. I'm going to rank these after, so I'm not going to tell you how much, but I love this freaking album. This, man, incredible record. If you own one or two Van Morrison records, this is one of the ones I suggest. St. Dominic's Preview, fantastic album, great sounding album. Warner Brothers label, this is an original in excellent shape, but the title track, St. Dominic's Preview, Redwood Tree in Almost Independence Day, that closes out side 2, just 3 songs. Side 1 kicks off with Jackie Wilson Said. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Jackie Wilson Said. It was Reeky Teak. Gypsies on here. I Will Be There and Listen to the Lion. Beautiful. Just a great freaking album, and I love that cover. That came out in July 72. October 74, we get, August 73, we get Hard Knows the Highway. Another great album. Oh man, this is awesome. It's got Snow from Anselmi on it. Warm Love, Hard Knows the Highway, Wild Children, The Great Deception. Oh man. Green. It's not easy being green. Just ask Kermit the Frog. Autumn Song. Purple Heather. Another really, really strong album from Van. Then we get Viden Fleece, which came out in October 74. Back in the 70s, I was buying all these albums, but for some reason I skipped Viden Fleece. I never bought it. I don't even remember it from that time period, believe it or not. And I was a big Van fan. Now, people compare this to Astral Weeks. I don't get it. I don't think it's Astral Weeks 2. Maybe explain that to me if you're a big Van fan. Maybe similar instrumentation or something, but definitely not as strong as Astral Weeks. But not a bad album. I don't play it that much, but it's still a solid album from Van. That came out in October 74. Van takes a bit of a holiday here. 1977, a period of transition. Not quite as strong an album, I don't think. Still, relatively speaking, it's better than what a lot of people were putting out. The Eternal Kansas City, Gotta Make It Through the Night. Oh, Joyous Sound. Cold in August. Cold Wind in August. Beautiful. It's Van. It's not a bad album. And then last but not least, in September 78, we get Wavelength. One of my favorite Van Morrison songs is the title track, Wavelength. Great song. All about listening to the radio when he was a kid. But other good songs on this, he does Kingdom Hall, the opening track's a great song. Santa Fe, Beautiful Obsession. Hungry for Your Love is a gorgeous song. Sam Bush does a version of that on the mandolin. That's absolutely fantastic. And so that's 78. So there's 9 albums in 10 years, and none of them you would say are less than good. Some are amazing. Like it goes from some of the best albums ever released to really good records. Pretty good run. I challenge you to find someone else as prolific who put out such quality of music for that 10-year run. I'll rank them now. Number 9. It's Period of Transition. Like I said, not my favorite Van Morrison album. Still good, but it's number 9. Number 8, Feed and Fleece. If I'm listening to Van, I just don't listen to that. Number 7 would have to be Hard Nosed the Highway. Again, really good album, but not quite as good as the top 5 or 6. Next, Wavelength. Just the song Wavelength makes it better. It's unbelievable. Number 5. What happened here? The Street Choir. His band and the Street Choir. Great record. Fantastic. These top 5 are all 12 out of 10s. All of them. Number 4. Tupelo Honey. Another one. Like I said, 12 out of 10. Love these albums. Number 3. Moondance. Oh, one of the great albums ever. Moondance. Number 2. St. Dominic's Preview. And number 1. Van Morrison. Astral Weeks. Let me know what you think. And that's it. I got nothing else. Take care.